What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Inside 11. Welcome to the mind of an astral traveler. And right now we're up in Toronto, Canada, in goddamn winter season, Aquarius season right now. So right now we're experiencing the winter side of things. But of course, this video is not just about no motherfucking physical winter. This video is about the metaphysical winter that we experience, the metaphysical winter that prepares us to build shelter, structure, has us in a much more serious sense, so we can start to build systems that assist us with staying on top of our game. So winter, the goal of it is to have you prepared. Now now that we're in the modern age, 2023, and earlier than that, we have developed heating systems, things that will help us stay warm, basically. But where did that need come from? That need came from us being, or a group of people being, like the Vikings, the Northmen, being in an environment that forced them to develop a mental disposition so they can start to manifest things that are for them. So this became Viking tribes. This became the Vikings invading Europe and things like that. But the reason why they even thought or felt like they had to do that is because if you're actually living up north and you have no form of heating systems, and you've never seen a tree drop some fruit, and you're always freezing cold, you might literally start to think that, damn, am I cursed by God or something? Am I just cursed? Does God hate us or something like that? So them being in that location helped them develop a mind of ruthlessness. And ruthlessness is literally not a bad thing, because the Bible tells you that ruthless men retain wealth. So wealth is not the poor. They have a loose hand, they have a loose grip. When the Vikings, when they holding their axe, they did not have no loose grip. They meant everything that they was doing, everything they was going through, that they turned that curse into inspiration, into the ability to overcome, into the ability to take something from somebody else. Now, I'm not telling anybody, I'm not promoting nobody to go take anybody else's stuff. I'm not promoting nobody to go, knock at somebody's door down and put on a Viking helmet and pretend like they back in the day and shit like that, and take somebody's TV, take somebody's wife and all that. Now, hey, look, I'm not for good or bad, but now that we're in this time and age, we're able to look at these things from a much more holistic perspective, so we can take our understanding to the next level, and so we can become much more whole and things like that. So for example, on the opposite side of the spectrum of that, you have the people in spring, so that's like the Middle East, lands of sands and shit like that. And these people were children-like, because they were born in a never-endless spring. Now, of course, they experienced the winter there as well, but because of the extreme polarity in temperature and location, based on the geographical location and things like that, and the atmosphere that's developed in that area, they didn't have to go through as much cold things. So their mindset was developed differently. So when you hear people in Game of Thrones saying, "Oh, winter is coming," is because they have to prepare for shelter. They have to prepare their mind. And the White Walkers in the movie, it's just basically the same shit as the Vikings, the Northmen, but on an extreme level, where it's like they have to they almost feel like their God empowered them to do this. This is why, like, Odin, the All-Father, is basically a god. Really, I'm not claiming I know everything about Odin, but I personally believe it's a god about Saturn structure, because when we look at the zodiac, we see Aquarius, you being able to have associations, you being able to associate with a larger group and maintain your own individual identity within that group. So you see those names in the Vikings, TV shows being played out, like, oh, I am the son of Ragnarok, but they play out their unique individuality within a group of people, and none of them is afraid to be a unique individual. They all they don't have necessarily uniforms. They kind of all dress differently and put different tribal symbols on them, because they all believe differently, but they still associate with each other. Why do they associate with each other? Well, the last time before Aquarius is Capricorn, because they know they have to initiate new ways of structure, new ways of gaining status and business and things like that. So, and then the last one would be Pisces, so they can reach the dreams, so they can reach this fantasy land and things like that. That's why they even talk about Valhalla, the land where all mighty warriors of the Vikings go to when they die, to live that everlasting dream of the fight. You being a warrior who has initiated his own status of business and being seen, and you being somebody who has a fixated ways of thinking, where you have your anus within you and you are a unique individual within a setting of a group that is all full of unique individuals, so you can all go together and reach the dream. Now, what do we have to develop in winter? In winter, if you're in Russia, or if you're in the Norway, if you're in Sweden, or if you're up in Canada like I am, we have to develop technology to help us remove the ice and things like that, so we can have our regular infrastructure, our daily infrastructure functioning. But all that comes from a need and want. So if humans never put themselves, because you signed up for this shit. If you was some old Viking, you signed up for that experience because for some reason or the other, you had to put yourself through that extreme experience for you to even wake up and become aware of certain things that maybe still be dormant within you. Because we don't really try to activate ourselves unless we are put in a situation where our backer is against a wall. Now, you don't have to be that person, place, or thing that does that. You can understand and see the game from ahead of time, and you can start to coordinate and move yourself differently. But because, we're in a very low vibratory rate, we're in a very low conscious state, because, if you're in this atmosphere of being dense as fuck, you got all types of vehicles you can pick up and, experience that as a being and being part of that family and things like that. It's not peace and rainbows and love in those other atmospheres and shit like that. It's still certain wars and certain battles that go on, but at least it'd be better. It'd be a better agreed upon spiritual system where where the rulership change based on the times and things like that. And it's not just like on Earth, like one group of people is just trying to rule over the world. Whether you look at it as the Jesuits, the Masons, the 13 families, whatever like that. So we need to understand that the spirit of winter is helping us prepare ourselves for a bigger fight. It's helping us prepare our mind and body for a bigger fight. Winter, you shouldn't let the winter affect your mind, as in you feeling like, oh, this is cold. Now look, I'm a Middle Eastern blood cell. Like, I come from the Middle East. I come from the land of burning sands. I'm fucking yellow. I'm not fucking white. So obviously I'm not even able to recover as fast as I would normally be able to if I was in that geographical location. If I was there, my nails, my bones, everything would be way stronger. But because I'm in this land at this moment in time, there's certain there's certain restrictions that I have on my mind. I don't say my mind, but at least my physical body, because my mind is not restricted by nothing. My spirit is always traveling, like transcending shit. You know what I'm saying? Winter don't matter. But see, me even being on this land is helping me understand that, okay, structure is important. Okay, being unique is important. Having associations is important. Why? So you can reach the kingdom of heaven. But the kingdom of heaven is within. And things of that nature. So, Vikings is not even some bad people, because you gotta understand, like, if you was in this cold and you was experiencing this every day, like, bruh, this would turn you into a very serious person quickly. Even the mythologies they develop, I bet if I go into it, I would see that it was things from the perspective that made them mature quicker, that made them realize that seriousness is important, and things that made them realize that being structural and being focused on your association, because you can't survive the winter alone. You gotta be a part of a group, and that's something that I feel like the Vikings have learned the best. We're helping develop this long-term wisdom. We're helping develop this left brain logic about reality, where they don't necessarily get lost in the emotions about life, because the Vikings, they don't give a fuck about emotions. They just know, okay, we got this many barrels of food. This tribe over there might try to fuck us up. We gotta protect our shit, or they can come join our tribe. So niggas was raiding each other. Now, it was the same shit in Arabia, but it was for different shit. Like, for example, the Moors literally just wanted more, because they was worshiping Venus, love, value, and appreciation, and physical material. The internal version of that would be Taurus, having material possession and value. Or the external version of that, which is just initiating new ways of thinking and communicating and starting relationships and shit like that. But it was because they felt that's what belonged to them. Now that works for them, but it's like these niggas went up until Norway. These niggas went up to Sweden and chased them white people. And there's nothing wrong. Oh, who gives a fuck? I'm not even looking at it from the perspective of race. That's what you gotta understand. They was chasing these motherfuckers, but because they went up there, they had a disadvantage. They didn't even realize that, you know, oh shit, the atmosphere up here is different, so we're gonna be at a disadvantage. So boom, that's when they started pushing them back, because, you know, their health started to be affected and things like that. So this is why, you know, this is why I'm inspired by white people. I'm inspired by, you know, all these northern people, because they're literally on some logical shit, versus like a blood cell from the Middle East, where they literally inspired by some feeling shit, because they feel like they saw something. Oh, this is the fire element, I gotta purify this in front of me. Nah, the Vikings was like, nah bruh, I gotta do this because some logical shit that I gotta structure together, otherwise this winter I'm not gonna fucking survive. So you can see how that mentality can help you play out in your own life, where you put your emotions aside and you know, use logic and wisdom to navigate through your life. But this is winter season is just one piece of a 4-piece puzzle, and there's 3 others. There is spring, there is summer, and there is fall. And all these other 3 develop other mentalities on your mind that you can use to become a holistic person. And being a holistic person allows you to go the full circle, and going the full circle allows you to view the full 360. So you can view things, so you can have all types of attack angles, all types of understanding of the situation going on around you. So yeah, that's just a little something about the winter season. Appreciate y'all, love y'all, and you know, there's nothing you can do about it, because I love myself. If I love myself, I highly recommend you love yourself, because that's how you vibrate on the frequency of the God kind. Man, and fuck the mankind shit. We're not about that no more. I'm trying to be the God kind, because the God kind doesn't give a fuck about no race, or you're black, or you're white, or you're blue, you're a monkey, or this and this and that. Nah, we give a fuck about the vibration, your vibratory mind rate, and we give a fuck about the fact that, you know, it's not necessarily about morality. It's just a certain code. Because look, niggas was killing each other for morality. Niggas was knocking niggas out for morality. Muslims was wiping niggas out for some moral shit. Christians was wiping niggas out for some moral shit. So, you know, I'm not about morality. I got a strict code that I follow. And I'm not saying anybody else got to follow this code. I'm just inviting you to understand yourself, so you can understand what God has already placed in you. Because you can try to be something else. Like, I can't come here and try to be a Viking. You know, now I can try it, but I'm not gonna do it as well as the people that, you know, have actually have that blood in them, actually, whose ancestors actually lived on those lands and developed those type of mentalities, because those mentalities get passed on along with the traumas, along with the pain, along with the worry or the fear, whatever they have developed on their mind. Because look, nobody from the north, east, west, and south is a whole, really, because everybody got some bullshit that they have passed down from their ancestors. So, you know, it's about learning how to get outside of that old mind that keeps you stuck repeating the same circumstances in the same situations. And, you know, we're going to be infinitely empowering people to do that, and I have plans for the future to do that, of course. And, you know, big and bigger things coming, because, you know, if God told me this, then, you know, the entire world is going to motherfucking know this. But obviously, I got to be calculated. I got to be careful about how I approach this, because, you know, there's other powers, other people that have other plans, and if my plan gets in their plans, then, you know, then you have a little war. But, you know, I know how to go to war, because I go to war on the subconscious shit. I don't go to war on, like, you know, on the unconscious shit. I go to war on the subconscious and unconscious. Fuck the objective shit. The objective shit is, oh, you're black, oh, you're Asian, you got small eyes, oh, you must cannot see. Like, see, fuck humanity. Like, sometimes, like, damn, like, humanity is wild. Like, humanity is wild, bro. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. We're learning how to get out of it. And, you know, I'm going to infinitely see you guys on the next video. For now, I'm going to run back home, because this winter is not treating me well.